They are still looking for them dollar bills, that dinero that they want so badly. The further they get here, every opponent they beat is more money in their pocket.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, as everyone, I believe, has already made it to the round of 16, and now every single round is a bonus of like $50 to $100 or even more. Yeah. It's pretty good.
One game you win, and you could get an extra $100 to your name. We'll see who's gonna pull it off. Here we are. It is a familiar map. It is Pillars of Gold, LE, and in the top bottom left-hand corner, I'm sorry, it is the orange, interesting color, the orange Terran player. Not too familiar with this clan, and I can't read it because it's moving too fast. Something insane. It is Yerald.
Yes, insane master killers.
Oh wow, interesting name.
Very edgy.
Yeah, very edgy. Edgy.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Bolivian Zerg player, the Red Zerg. Representing Alpha X, it is DarkUnnamed.
I'm so brainwashed. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? There's no pool yet. I'm like, oh, wait, this is normal. This is okay.
Yeah,
this is what people do.
Yeah, this is
this is a regular opener.
Yoda, look, not everyone goes pool first, okay? Like, it's...
I know. I'm not used to it. I don't get out much. I don't know what all the cool kids are doing these days.
You say that, cool kids, but DarkUnnamed, you know, he's an old man now. I think he's like 30.
You say cool kids, but DarkUnnamed actually isn't cool at all.
He's got grandkids, you know, he's got a wife and children and all that stuff, and
his grandkids have kids.
My God. And again, like, he's the best player from Bolivia, but he's been a little bit less active, and mood has been really rising up, and performing better and better. So it's cool that like the Bolivian scene still has like some rising talent.
Yeah, and you know, I'm just gonna nitpick here. I feel like there was some greed here. He has 3 workers down in that natural and still 1 in his gas.
Yeah, interesting. So he's not
straight for the 3rd.
Yeah, he's delaying link speed by quite a bit.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
Interesting. I guess this is a thing now, because we also saw something similar to this earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, we saw B-Lord be incredibly greedy and go for like 3 hats before pool. This time the pool timing was like pretty normal, but the lack of gas is interesting. Like, is he either go crazy and like not even get link speed and go like pneumatized carapace first, or even roaches, like.
Yeah, I mean, also it could just be a way to deny him denying the 3rd base.
Yeah, and this is crazy. So in the past, we've seen 1-1 into a fast 3rd CC. This is 2 racks into a 3rd CC. Like, Jesus Christ.
2-0. Like 2-0 into a fast 3rd CC. And he actually got he got both a reactor on one and the tech lab on the other. So we can assume this is going to be a heavy early on push. There's going to be stim upgraded and combat shields, and a bunch of Marines come out. Now is he gonna throw in I forgot what they're called, the big shooty guys that slow things down? Is it gonna be Widow Mines? Yeah, those guys. Is it gonna be Marauders? Is it gonna be Widow Mines? Or is it gonna be tanks that he adds into this?
Yeah, this is so, both players are doing such peculiar things. Yeah, we got roaches on the way.
This looks like one of my games.
This is crazy. What is happening? Right, like, they're both playing so strangely, and they haven't even scouted each other. Finally, the first Overlord goes in, sees the reactor, sees all the Marines.
Yeah, and that Roach Warren, where is that Roach Warren? I think he got canceled.
Oh, he just canceled it. He just canceled it here in the natural.
Yeah, and he changed into a Baneling nest. I think it got scouted by the God, I'm forgetting all the names here. The Reaper went in and scouted that darn thing.
Yeah, so he canceled it as soon as the Overlord came in, and he saw all those Marines. Like, that's a big red flag. When you see those Marines, you don't want to be going roaches, right? Like, they do so poorly against mass bio. So I feel like it's the right move to go into Banelings. Like, you need Banelings to stop all this, right?
In my personal opinion, you need a layer, and you needed a layer yesterday.
Yeah, that's the
You
thing,
need a layer
right?
and baneling speed. That's the first thing you go for. And this is a position I'm always in, because when I Ling Flood, they get mad and then they go for a bunch of Marines, and he's already oversaturated. Now
Yeah.
he can still be okay here, but I think he oversaturated, and this push is gonna be heavy from Gerald.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like there are a lot of Marines here. Stim is about to finish up, and like again, this is really peculiar because he didn't go for any Hellions early on, so like there's nothing stopping the creep spread. There's no like real scouting. But oh my god, DarkUnnamed, he's gonna want to like apply pressure here. We'll see if he's able to like catch some Marines split off.
Oh
like,
my god. Or the Marines catch him off guard.
Oh, nice
I
pick off.
feel like taking that third base, if Gerald would have just completely committed into Marines, he could have been in a good position. But since he committed to the third base, then he's kind of not looking too good here. That's a lot of banelings. They are slow, though. No baneling speed even close to coming up yet.
And oh, he sends all the Marines across the map, so he doesn't have his whole army here to defend.
No. Those banelings going to bust through that, supply blocking so heavily. And now he can't make anything. He's all in with the push, which the push doesn't look that scary. He could probably hold that push with some queens and pull in the drones.
Oof, yeah, I mean, like, especially because the Marines are overstimmed. There's no medivacs to help keep them alive.
Yeah, and in a base race, I think Gerald loses here. We will see, though. The SCVs aren't getting the surface area they want. They're all derping around in the back of the army. They're going to get taken out as slowly and as painfully as possible, suffering and begging for mercy, but it's not going to come. DarkUnnamed is just making more and more army units. He did lose the third base, but all of those Marines went down.
Yeah, we're in a weird situation where, like, the third went down and 18 SCVs died as well, but we have triple CC, triple mules. Like, the economy is fine for Gerald. He just needs to wall off. Like, there's so many banelings.
Yeah, the triple CC is what's good for him, but is he going to get the chance to actually drop mules?
That's the thing, right? Like, there's still no wall. Like, there's no depots, even here on top of the ramp as well. Like, he's barely got anything to defend.
He can't ramp off in the front. It'll just get baneling busted. He can't ramp off at the high ground. Also will get baneling busted. He can't mine or drop mules anywhere. There's really nothing he can do but fight with his SCVs. I feel like he should... Oh, my God. That was disgusting. I just felt like the heat from all the acid coming off those banelings.
Oh god, that's it. Like, what are you gonna do here if you're Kaozfate?
I honestly think he should have kept making three at a time, making SCVs, because SCVs are a good unit to fight with. It's like having 3 barracks out.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, sure, there's a Widow Mine, but there's just not much left at all. 30 SCVs have gone down, and Kaozfate right now, he's just processing his loss. He's like, what was I doing? I went
32 SCVs went down. I will say that he had this factory and the starport for a while and never used it. So I think that's his demise. If he would have got out anything, a Hellion, some more Widow Mines earlier, he would have been fine. But he went for a heavy worker count in that third base.
Yeah.
You can't really expect to go for a third quick CC, and I like the idea. He went for the 2 racks into a third CC. But
yeah.
I just don't see a Zerg letting that go unpunished.
Exactly. Like, it's an interesting style because I've literally never seen a Terran player do that. Like, he's the first player I've seen do that, and I feel like that's for a reason, you know? Like, you forego so much control with no Hellions. Like, imagine Hellions kiting away the banelings, right? And killing so many of them before they even get up the ramp, and, you know, maybe getting a tank out as well if you had your factory out earlier, or a Widow Mine. Like, now he does have them, but it's like, it's too little too late. He's lost so much. He's got 7 workers.
Yeah, he does have 3 CCs, so, you know, mules are cool.
It's a lot of mules.
He has more income than DarkUnnamed right now.
Yeah. This is accurate.
But that's only going to last so long.
Yeah, as he is running out of energy, he just spent all of his energy on mules, so he is still in this, like, economically. He's a little bit supply blocked, so he's making a couple, like, he is making a wall, which is great. It's exactly what he needs, but like DarkUnnamed, he's getting a 4th base, he's got a Spire on the way, he's going Lingbane Muta.
I don't mind the Spire. It's a good transition here. He's already at 4 bases versus, you know, the economy of Gerald. Even though he does have 3 SCV production at a time, there's no way you come back from a 1960 deficit.
There's no way. How? Like, it's like, mules are good.
Yeah, I was just about to say, but they're not that good.
Yeah.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Mules are very good, but they are not that good. He's more than 3 times down in workers.
Yeah.
And it's rough. Does he? I thought that was an SCV going out to make another CC for a second.
You're like,
I was like, sure, why not? Get more mules.
Yeah.
Without mule him. Make more mules than he can kill, and I guess you'll win.
Yeah, you know what? That's some solid logic right there. And unfortunately, Kaozfate, his brain hasn't expanded to accept that he isn't going for the 4th CC. Instead, he's going for a drop, and he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot that he needs to accomplish.
He went for the muted den, and then he just got pneumatized carapace and baneling speed. So he got that out, and he's only allowed to make 3 mutas, which I get it. It's a good idea, but there's not really much you can do to throw this game here, no matter how hard DarkUnnamed tries. Oh, I didn't notice he had that many mutas. Holy crap.
Yeah, he's got a decent amount of mutas. It looks like he's forced a 3rd CC to lift up. His Lingbane are coming back home as the Marines, it looks like, oh, no, they just get cleaned up.
What a position, though. Do they get cleaned up, though?
Oh, do they? Oh, 2 Marines.
The hero Marine. We got a hero in the house.
Hey, look.
That one Marine.
They've got 5 and 6 kills each. They're going to win him the game.
Yeah, it's Saving Private Ryan right now, except they're not going to make it out alive.
Oh, aren't they there? Pick him up. No, oh, they go down.
Oh, Saving Private Rayner. And the GG is called. Wow, what a game. What a game. I honestly was kind of scared there for DarkUnnamed with the early aggression that was coming out of Yarrow, and he was going for roaches. It was going to get really weird if he didn't switch into that Baneling nest.
Oh, yeah. I was terrified, you know, in those last moments, because those 2 Marines that were basically Arnold and Stallone back to back, just taking everything out. But in the end, you know, it's
Where
not
did
the
that
80s.
even happen? What was that movie called? Not The Incredible. I was gonna say The Incredibles. Expendables. Yeah. There you go. I was close.
Look, the Expendables, they're a guilty pleasure. Okay, it's just old washed up action heroes just you know, coming back onto the screen. It's great.
I mean, that was a thing made for 40-year-old men. Old married men reliving their glory days. Like, look, these old guys can still fight. These old guys are cool. Stallone still got it. Stallone don't got it.
I mean, he came out with Creed, you know. But to be fair, that's
Stallone
him.
Don't got it. All right, I'm gonna head to the restroom, and hopefully I'm back before the first intro.
We're
remaking. Are we? Oh, we're remaking. All right, I'll wait.
Yeah, we're remaking.
I just saw you in your lobby. Like, I'm joining. I'm going. But we are gonna get on the remake here.
All right, here we go.
Finally, someone noticed. Derek Troll, you like that name? That's my favorite name for the Spire, the muted in.
Zerg Troll.
Zerg Troll trolling.
What's up, Zerg Troll? I hope you enjoyed the weekend's cast. Yes, it is Senor Menulog himself. Exclamation mark menu pog in the chat if you want nothing, because we don't have that set up. And you know what? We're done. We're done with that. There's no more, none of that. We're here. We're on the CranKy Ducklings. Hope you enjoy your ducks.
The ducks are great.
Yeah.
All right, I will be right back.
Go for it. Go for it. As we are getting set up for Lightshade LE. Just making sure everyone gets in here. I am here with Yoda, Romsley, Sage, and Creighton, as we are going to be casting Game 2 of this TVZ Kaozfate versus DarkUnnamed. Kaozfate with a very interesting opener, to be honest. Like, again, I've never seen someone go for 2 racks before 3rd CC. I mean, I would have loved to have seen it work. I think there's a lot of potential there, but again, it's also very fragile because we saw him push out across the map. He didn't have any medevacs, so you kind of risk over stimming. DarkUnnamed was going for a Baneling bust anyway, so they kind of, you know, it's like these 2 builds kind of clashed against each other, and DarkUnnamed ended out on top. But speaking of these players, we are here. We are in game number 2. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Terran player, the Peruvian Terran player. He is currently going by Gerald, but you may be familiar with his name, Kaozfate. He is on Team New Angels, but also apparently Insane Master Killers. It is Kaozfate.
And on the other side of the map, we have a Zerg player playing for Team Alpha X Latin America. He's a little dark, and he has no name. He is DarkUnnamed.
Are you allowed to say that?
I don't know. We'll see.
Can you call him Dark? Is that PC? Is that?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out.
We'll
see what Chad has to say about it.
I know what it is about Latin Americans, but there's a lot of people with dark names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. All in English, by the way. No one in Spanish dark.
Right. There's no oscuro. Why not? It's not bad. It's not a bad word.
Yeah, there's no. I'm just making sure in case there was one, but nope.
El oscuro. I love it whenever we intro darkness. Like it's
oscuridad.
Yeah, there we go. The Black Swan.
How do you say unnamed? Escudo sin nombre.
Sin nombre.
That wouldn't be as good as DarkUnnamed. Sounds like a whole sentence.
No tiene. ¿Quién es? No tiene nombre. Who knows? It's great.
It's great.
That's a little bit of a teaser for you. We'll have the Spanish intro later on.
Maybe.
What do you mean? As for the people who weren't here earlier, we did get the community channel point redemption complete for a Spanish intro. We were just kind of picking and choosing who we're going to do it for, and it's probably going to be for the grand finals.
Yes. It's only right. It's what we did last time.
Yeah. And you know, this time we have a much more standard opening.
Yeah, much more standard so far. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is extra standard. Everything should be going good. He should lift that up, and yeah. Standard opening. Next question is, what does DarkUnnamed go for from here? I feel like he got a fast third.
Yeah, he's got his third base on the way. He's just kind of, just droning up, dealing with this Reaper. Guess we're just waiting to see what he's going to spend his gas on. Is he going to go for a fast lair? Is he going to go for a roach horn again? Baleen nest?
I feel like we saw Jim Rising a lot of times go for the late Ling speed. So it's pretty popular among Zergs right now. Not crazy, but he's doing his build that he was trying to do last game, but got scouted and he's switching to the Banes. He's going for the roach push early on.
Oh, yeah, and yeah, this was something that he was trying to do previously, but he scouted Gerald, he scouted that there were so many Marines, so he decided to pivot away from that. This time, he hasn't gone for a scout at all. He actually has no idea what the opening is for Kaozfate.
But the Cloaked Banshees is kind of the blind counter against these roaches, and
yeah.
Uh-oh, is he gonna see it? He's going towards the roach den. He does see it. He sees it right as it finishes, so he can't even cancel it if he wanted to. That's rough.
Oh, and somehow the Reaper even escapes as well.
Poor guy.
I didn't even know how it managed to do so, but it did. Meanwhile, the Lings are across the map looking to try and sneak in, but the Hellions are here. They're going to run headfirst into them. That does confirm that it is a 1-1-1 opener, especially with the Viking out, but he isn't aware of the Banshees.
What that really confirms, Light, is a game 3, I think.
It's possible, especially if DarkUnnamed commits. If he decides to play defensively, then he may be okay, but he's pushing out. He's got nothing but Lings on the production tab.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Nothing but Lings. If he can open a door or a wall somewhere, since he's coming out with Cloaked Banshees, they're not going to do too much damage against the Lings. They take a while to kill him. So if he can open the doors, the gates of hell, then the flood will be let in of Lings coming.
Yeah, we'll see if he. Oh, the wall is not even a wall. The Lings are going to be able to.
Wall.
Oh, he can just go in.
Yeah, he can just hold the wall open already.
Oh my god. Okay, the bunker did finish up. The Banshee is going crazy, but again, all these things are flooding across the map and there's only one Banshee.
Oh, there's so many repairs going down here. It looks like it was blind counted, but a lot of SCVs went down. That might be worth it. I think with all the lings thrown in here, he didn't get enough damage done as he needed. He needs to just go for worker kills.
Yeah, he needs to go.
His entire army trying to kill that bunker. What the hell?
Oh god, okay, now he's starting to target down the workers. It may be too late though because all the roaches are going to get cleaned up.
Okay, he's going for lair. I'm hoping, this is weird, but I just learned this build today and I was practicing this morning. Straight into Spire.
Straight into mutas?
Mutas, yeah.
Okay, we could see that.
Yeah.
He needs more gas though if he wants to try and do that. It looks like instead he focuses on roach speed.
Well, the build that I saw recently, you get the roach, you go for lings, you harass with lings, then you harass with roaches, cause a little bit of damage, and then once you get the Spire put down, you take all your gases, and then you just got to do a little bit of damage with the 5 or 6 mutas you get out. And from there, you can do whatever you want. Back into roaches or continue with the mutas.
Yeah, that's the important part, that when you have 6 mutas, like you can just go in and one-shot workers. Like that's the ideal count you need to harass. But at the moment, speaking of harass, we have 2 Banshees coming into the main.
Queens here, though. Oh, come on, Queen.
The Queens.
Wow.
The Queens.
Oh, no. Wow. How did 12 workers go down? Did the Hellions get something too as well?
I think the Hellions just dove in and they went down, but what a workers.
That's not bad. 12 workers went down. Spire's done, and he's just getting his roach upgrades. He's not going to go for anything crazy. So, I guess he's confident with his opener that it was a little uncommitted there, and he was able to get a heavy worker count. Now he's fully saturated on 3 bases, which means he can max out on nothing but roaches. These Hellions are very concerning here for me, though. DarkUnnamed has nothing to answer them as far as the opening of the map. At home, he's got Queens for defense.
Oof.
That was not the best way to use those.
Yeah. Nice snipe there. He does get one of the Banshees. Meanwhile, Kaozfate, he's just backed off, macroing up at home. And honestly, the drone disparity isn't too big. Like, DarkUnnamed, I feel like he's lacking a little bit. Like, his 4th is late. You know, Chaos, he's already getting his 3rd up and running. He's going to be transferring, muling up. That's a lot of production. That's a lot of Raxes for him. He really wants to get into that mass marine style. And against roaches, I kind of favor it.
Yeah, definitely. And I also like how he got 3 of the Hellions out, but he lost one pretty much for free. So it was a good idea, but it's not paying off quite yet. I don't know what this is all about.
Oh, he lands.
That's spooky. I'm sure he didn't expect that.
Yeah.
He actually doesn't have any overlords over there to the north of his main base, so that he could actually scout something flying in.
Yeah. So the Viking harassed at the same time the Banshee was actually tickling away at the drones here at the 3rd base. So 7 drones ended up going down, and there's nothing really to stop this. To be fair, it's only 1 Banshee. I don't think it's going to do too much. Has to escape if it doesn't want to get taken out by the Queens.
Yeah, DarkUnnamed just now scouted the 3rd base, which has been fully saturated for a while, and that is forcing him to pull the trigger and go. There's only 1 tank here for defense. There's actually no bunkers or anything. Okay, there's 2 tanks, but with that many roach, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and if the roaches attack from the south, only 1 of these tanks is in range. Okay, the other one moves forward a little bit more, but it can be biled down.
And with all these lings here, I think that's only going to cause friendly fire.
Well, at the same time,
now the idea. Oh my god, I didn't see that. That's a huge drop.
Oh my god, jeez.
And there's nothing here to defend. Oh my god, I didn't expect that from Yerald. I didn't even see it coming. I didn't think he'd have that much army to spare here, but he does. And while he's losing all this, if he can somehow manage to defend and hold, DarkUnnamed will be in a great position denying that 3rd base.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's going to lose this layer.
Yeah, like so many, like these roaches are going to do nothing against the Marines. The Marines are just pushing on forward, but all the Ravagers are coming back, so it looks like he should be able to hold on to the lair.
Okay, now I think he lost a lot of workers. He's down in workers. He's up in upgrades, I think. But the most important thing here is to lift up that 3rd CC, and that pretty much had Yerald stuck on 2 base economy for the longest. He's even trying to macro right now. Forgets about moving his workers over there. They go moving. Look at all those SCVs being denied of mining. Been about a minute in total since he lifted up the CC originally.
Oh, another drop there here to the south, getting another couple of workers. I think another thing that's important is that, if you recall, it was all the vials.
Oh, that was dirty.
If you remember when he initially lifted up the third, he was actually making a fourth and he forced it to cancel as well. So he like denied another base. But at the same time, Chaos, like he's dropping all over the place.
Yeah, he's been watching Maru lately. Uh-oh, they're moving out at the same time, so they're going to kind of be in this weird position. Not quite where the Zerg wants to fight. Oh my god, he's on the tanks. He didn't see it. He got on top of the tanks. And the Marines moved out of position just as they engaged and came down that ramp. And I think DarkUnnamed's going to be able to bring it back here. I don't see this whole army defeating all these roaches.
Oh yeah, the Marines, they go forward and they're going to be able to target down a lot of Ravagers, but there are just so many roaches. At the same time, there's a drop in the main. 8 drones are going down to only a measly handful of Marines.
Yeah, and now Yerald is in a scary position, but at the same time, he has a low eco army that he's making, just Marines and tanks, and now even throwing in some Liberators, while DarkUnnamed had such a gas-heavy army full of roaches. I'd like to see a transition from him, but he's going to stick to the roach army. He's really convinced that that's it.
Yeah, honestly, like, DarkUnnamed is a little bit lucky. Like, if Kaozfate was able to fight with the support of those 3 tanks and like looking at what it would have been over 100%. Like DarkUnnamed wouldn't have been able to take the fight, but it was able to catch those 3 tanks completely exposed, and now it's a lot more even.
Yeah, you're not really supposed to move your Marines in that position that he did. It was right at the bottom of 3 different ramps.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he got attacked from 2 of the 3 different ramps. That was completely out of position. Normally, you want to take a head-on engagement against the 3rd or the 4th base. Yeah, just a very unfortunate catching out there. And DarkUnnamed with that initial Roach Ravager push to pick up the 3rd CC has been spiraling. And Yerald has been way too oversaturated. Finally securing a 4th base. And this is a scary position of the Terran.
Yeah, exactly.
Terran.
What I do like is that Kaozfate, he's just been dropping all over the place. 5 more drones go down. As you were saying, 4 bases now secure. 4. Kaozfate is fully saturated and now he's pushing out once again. DarkUnnamed, he's trying to get a 5th up and running, but I feel like this army, it doesn't scale well. Like he has roaches and ravagers against all these Marines and Liberators and tanks.
Yeah, and he didn't even get 1 tank gone with all the corrosive battles he had in his army. This is looking rough. It looked like he was bringing it back. This has been a nice fight, back and forth, very back and forth. Exactly what I want out of a TVZ. Oh, and yeah. I was interested in how the Roach army was going to do. I've seen Raynor do it really good, but Raynor's Raynor, and this is not them. I want to see how it turns out. Corrosive battles going down, taking out Medivacs and 1 or 2 tanks, but the tank spread is too much here, and I think we're just going to see Yerald leapfrogging his way to victory.
Yeah, like the Ravager battles are pretty good, but not good enough just because of that massive army supplies disparity. As the Roach Ravager, they're trying their best to snipe another Liberator. The Marines, they're getting thinned out, but again, he just can't engage here into this tank line. But he's trying to go for it. Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a good position for DarkUnnamed because he can get those first 3 tanks in front, but there's so many tanks behind it. The parade push forces the GG and a game number 3.
Wow, we're going to the ace match, and DarkUnnamed, he was doing well for a while, but I say this every time, I feel, mate, I don't really like Roach Ravager against Bio. Like,
Raynor makes him seem so good, like it's such a good idea. I really only do that on like Submarine. Or if I'm like super ahead in economy.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? And
which he was when he denied that 3rd CC, but once the 3rd CC got secured, the 4th CC got secured, and then it's like, okay, man, you need a little bit more money smart move here.
Yeah, like I would even be okay with like Roach Ravager, Bane, you know, like get a couple Banelings in there.
Wing Bane or something at least.
Yeah.
Even just throw some Lings in there to get some friendly fire or tank some shots for the Ravagers to move in and corrosive bile better. I mean, I've seen it's mostly against mech, but I like Roach or just Ravagers and Banelings. That's a good composition too. Like every Roach you make into a Baneling, or every Roach you make into a Ravager, you get a couple Banelings and Lings, and it's rough. You got Lings you got to kite from, you got the Banes you have to kite from. The Lings are constantly causing damage and always closing the gap in distance. Then you got the Roaches shooting, plus the corrosive bile gets real messy. But man, Yerald held his own there. I don't know who can win it now.
Yeah, it can really go either way. They've both been playing really. They both have their own styles. DarkUnnamed, he really wanted to make that Roach play work in game 1. He finally did it in game 2, but yeah, it wasn't quite enough. He did deal some decent damage, you know, forcing a lift up at the 3rd, canceling the 4th base, defending against the drops, but hey, Bio's pretty good. You know, man with gun.
Bio's pretty good, especially against roaches.
Yeah.
Bio versus roaches is not fun. Now, actually, I'm pretty surprised we've seen so many Terrans today. That's not normal for a Latin American event.
Yeah, it's cool. Everyone's turned out, you know, like Terran, Kaozfate, Sinner, like that's it. That's all 3 of them. But they're here.
And I guess it's lucky that they made it far, or that we just happened to cast them in the brackets, because you know sometimes we could go a whole tournament and not cast a single Terran.
Yeah, it's happened before.
It'll happen again, but not today. We got plenty of Terrans.
Not today, as Kaozfate, I'm pretty sure he's the last remaining Terran. He is the hope for the Terran players out there, for the Terran fans, and yeah, we'll see if he can take it to DarkUnnamed. As a reminder, the winner of this series goes up against Eggs.
I was just thinking, like, man, that sucks that you know Latin America doesn't really have any Terrans, and it's really like Protoss and Zerg that are on top of the map. But then I remember Killzor and Special, like the best players actually in the entire region, from the region, are both Terran. It's interesting. I don't know how any of that works.
Yeah.
Why aren't there more, like, there's plenty of Zergs from every range. Like, you got Cham, you got Eggs, Zerg Lord, B Lord. Like, it goes down in rankings as far as skill, you know, but it doesn't seem to be the case with the Terrans. You just have the best in the entire region, and then you got like 3 that are good. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's especially because you would think that, like, in Latin America, people would be looking up to Special and Kelazur and would be like playing Terran because of that. I know that's what happened here, at least in Oceania. Like, the big names back in the day were like Moonglade, and Pig, like back when he was like the best Australian Zerg. And because of that, like, there were a lot of players, up and coming players who played Zerg, you know, because of them. You'd think that it would have been the same with Special.
Yeah, exactly. So at least what I expected. But, you know, I'm not too mad about it. It would be kind of unfortunate if Latin America was all TVTs.
You're not wrong.
I'm pretty satisfied with all the Zerg and Protoss over here.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. Maybe that's why I like Latin America so much. Just everything I like. We got all the Zergs all over the place. You got Mexico in the mix. You got all the Latin American players. It's a great time. It's a great place. And I'm excited, man. We've said it plenty of times, but for those of you just tuning in, only one person is advancing from here into the main event.
Yeah. We're getting towards the end of the day, you know. The winner of this series moves on to the semis against Eggs. Darkness, he's already waiting in the other semis for Jarpy and Nano to play out. We were talking about it earlier. Those are the players who we expected to advance to face each other, that being Nano and Jarpy.
And now Jarpy is not here.
He's AFK. God damn it. Don't make it a walkover.
Please.
Please.
That would be unfortunate this late. I mean, if it was a walkover, I'm sure it's for good reason. So hopefully all's good at home. But nonetheless, we want you here, Jarpy. We need you.
Definitely. Regardless, I do think that, you know, Eggs and Darkness, they're still the favorite at the moment. But what's crazy is that we were talking about it earlier. We still don't know if they face each other, who comes out on top. You know, like, it's up in the air. Like,
yeah. If you asked me to put money on anyone, I would say no thanks.
It's like, I'm not taking that bet. I'm just losing money.
Yeah, exactly. Or I just bet the same amount on both of them. And see how it goes.
Good. I hope it goes to the ace match. I hope it isn't one-sided when if they face.
Yeah, in the finals at least. I don't hope every match is an ace match though. I guess they are, because this is an ace match, and then after this we're pretty much there. But we'll see. Jagannatha, Jagannatha, all the pronunciations under the sun and moon. What is this clan called again? This team fight?
Insane Master Killers.
Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, playing for Insane Master Killers. It is the Orange Terran player, and he goes by many names, but today we know him as Yerald.
I felt like, not shame, but embarrassment saying Insane Master Killers. Like,
Yeah, it's a little on the corny side.
they lay it on thick. Like, oh,
Yeah.
oh boy. All right.
Super epic pro gamer.
That's essentially what it is. As spawning in the top right, we have our Zerg player, the Bolivian Zerg player representing Alpha X. It is DarkUnnamed.
Dun dun dun. And what is he gonna pull off here? Both these players with very different styles of build. Not different, but you know, they're not going for the cut plain standard builds here, either one of them, which makes for great games. And I forgot to mention Yerald from Peru, another one of the good Peruvians. Peru's got a lot of good players as well. Peru,
Yeah.
Brazil, Chile.
It's really cool that there are a bunch of these countries who actually have a pretty large player base. Like when we look at the bracket, we always see like a lot of Brazilians or Chileans or Peruvians. I do eventually want to give a little bit of love to some of these other ones like Colombia, Venezuela, Bolivia, you know, like I'm sure they have their scenes. It'd be cool if eventually we could do like a rebirth for them or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know, like getting into the Latin American scene and casting, oh God, why are you showing those lily pads, man? Having a flashback. Yeah. Nothing.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, but I forgot what I was saying. Those little pads triggered me.
It's just my life flashed before my eyes. I was underwater. I was drowning.
I was drowning. I was being cocooned by these lily pads. No, but what I was saying was getting into the Latin American casting. I really assumed that it was just gonna be like me casting a bunch of Mexican players. I was like, what other part of Latin America would play StarCraft besides Mexico? And it's safe to say I was pleasantly surprised. There's so many other countries. Chile, Colombia's out here, Brazil. They don't even speak the same languages as the rest of Latin America. They don't give a damn. They're freaking killing it out there. And then we got Bolivia and all Peru, all the different places. Whoa, what's going on here?
Oh my God! He just doesn't know what. He doesn't know where he's going.
Yeah. That might be game.
You're like, you know what, GG.
Yeah, GG.
Oh
All
God.
right, so it looks like DarkUnnamed went for the same late ling speed going on type of thing here. And is it going to be a Roach Warren here?
Oh, this time,
He
yes.
seems like the type of guy who's going to go straight into mutas.
I hope so. I prefer that over going for roaches, to be honest.
I'd prefer him to go neither. Just go Banes.
That would. The thing is that's meta. That's standard. And these guys,
that's standard.
they're anything but standard.
Yeah.
Oh, as we do see the Overlord does sneak in, and he does see the Tech Lab researching, so he sees it's a 1-1-1 with a stim, and will eventually get taken out. So I'm kind of waiting to see if anything crazy gets thrown down. I've seen like this 1-1-1 stim timing hit with like an armory and hellbats before. Oh, he's doing it again. He's going for the roaches.
This guy.
And there it is.
Maybe the speed zone help.
Maybe, but here's the armory. So to be fair, okay. So roaches are actually kind of good in this situation because they can just absolutely destroy hellbats.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably the best case scenario here for Yerald.
Yeah.
But is he going Cloak Banshees? Liberator being mixed in could help. It's gonna come down to the micro.
Yeah, especially because like even if a couple of queens are made, which to be fair they are made, they're gonna be forced to defend against the hellbats, so maybe the Liberator can sneak into the main.
Yeah, I don't know how it's interesting. This is why I say it comes down to the micro. He could either go in with all his army in one spot and like he could kill the creep tumors in the center that we're looking at right here, siege up the Liberator, tank with the Hellions, or he could split his army up, Hellions in one place, Liberator in one. He can put Marines and Liberator together. So many options here for him, so I'm excited to see what he does, and it looks like he's going to be defensive and go for a Hellbat drop.
Oh my god, is this Heart of the Swarm? He's going for a Hellbat drop? I mean, I hope so. I hope he drops them, he transforms and just goes crazy in the middle line.
And thank you, Games Kingdom, for the little raid there.
Gracias.
What a nice guy.
Gustavo, thank you so much. Of course, he's the Brazilian caster for Battle of the Americas.
Oh, nice. That's Gustavo?
Yeah, it's Gustavo, man.
Oh. Games Kingdom, what an interesting name. So yeah, thank you. And, oh man.
That was close.
Look at this Nitro. He hasn't even shown that they're Hellbats yet.
Yeah.
11 workers went down. Oh my god.
That was insane because at the same time the Liberator does go in. There's no queens. They were pulled away.
It is part of the Swarm.
And they're slowly going back. 14. Mate.
Oh my god. What year is it? Liberator Hellbat drop?
Yeah. And the Liberator sieges back up again, denying all the mining here at the 3rd.
And gets out without a scratch. Well, a little scratch. A slight scratch.
Hey, you can buff it out. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. He can have some can he?
No,
He could have.
No.
That's not the play you want there.
That's fine, mate.
He did plenty of damage already.
Oh yeah, definitely. In the end, 14 drones went down for 4 Hellions and a Liberator. That's perfectly fine. We do see that Gerald, he is going for the expansion. He's oversaturated. He's got maybe too many SCVs, but he's going for that expand. And DarkUnnamed, he was forced to make all these roaches, but he did nothing with them.
Oh my god, more workers are gonna go down. He got the armory, but never showed Hellbats at all. Now, in my opinion, this is getting interesting because he is going for Muta and Ling Bane here. But at the same time, this is the good thing that Gerald did this game that he didn't last time. Last time, he went for the fast 3rd CC and tried to push while also expanding, and it got awkward and he lost. This time, he attacked first, even left some at home for defense, and then took his 3rd.
Yeah.
And it worked out great for him. He didn't even need to use the armory.
And look at this defensive position he's getting at his 3rd base. He has his tanks. He's got 3 bunkers on the way. I was shocked. It's like, Jesus Christ, he does not want to lose this 3rd again.
Yeah, as long as he holds here, I mean, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I've never seen this done before. 3 bunkers, though. The harsh part is, I don't think he's quite aware of these mutas. I like the Ling Roach composition. How much is he going to commit to the mutas? Is he going to go all in? Make like 20? He's making 4 right now. Is he gonna get to that sweet spot of he's going for all these weird upgrades as well? He's getting everything under the sun. He's getting +1 armor, +1 melee, baneling speed, roach speed, and mutas.
Yeah, I think the big question mark is the roach speed, right? Like, what are you doing? Like, do you really plan on making any more roaches compared to what you have right now? Like, really? We'll see.
I'm not gonna lie, these roaches he has, if he throws in Ling Bane there, he can keep these roaches alive forever and eventually make Ravagers. And I've played and seen games where the roach opening into Ling Bane ends up being like the roaches just sit back forever and kind of are used to take out tanks and never get taken out.
Yeah. Like keeping the Ravagers alive, using them to bile down tanks is so key. I love this like new composition that he has, especially compared to the last game where he just went Roach Ravager. Ling Bane, Roach Ravager, Muta. This is much more well-rounded. Oh god, the Medivacs.
You stay well-rounded, but I don't think I see too many people going Ling Bane, Roach Ravager, Muta. Usually don't get a composition with 4 different types of units in it. Actually 5. Oh, and that's a round, and he can't get out of here. Oh, actually, the mutas don't go for the medevacs.
Yeah,
they opt to survive and back up here.
The mutas were actually targeted down. 4 mutas went down during that, so he did trade them for the Marines the Hellions. The Lings are stuck. They're trapped.
Split up, run for your life.
It's trying to juke.
Oh my god. Oh, this is disgusting. Straight free units. That was maybe like 600-700 resources right there. The mutas are gonna get target fired down. They went in too soon. And the Baneling, Tower of the Splits and target fire are amazing, but the Roach is coming to clean it up. and I believe that is why you get roach speed. But now they're all gonna go down to this army here.
Exactly, like they keep trapping each other. It's like, oh, the Lings are trapped, oh, but the Marines are trapped, oh, but then the Roach Ravager gets trapped, and in the end, Kaozfate comes out on top. Look at the supply lead he has. All the mutas went down. That was such an expensive loss, and now, sure, he remade a couple. He's gonna pick off a tank, but wait, mate, what's gonna stop the Marines?
Mutas are good for slowing down the Marines and forcing them to slow down their push into your base, which allows you to get more Ling Bane out. So I think that's really the plan here for DarkUnnamed, is keep trying to pick off these tanks and these medevacs. And look, it's pulling the army back, and they could have gone and sieged up 2 minutes ago already, but they're not able to. Why is he attacking off creep? He thought he could catch him at the top of the ramp, and the mutas are going to get target fired while simultaneously splitting, not sieging the tanks. Yerald is playing like a madman here. DarkUnnamed.
Look at that. Look at that split. Barely any of the Banelings connected. And that was it. That was all of them. He's forced. He only has 5 Banelings left. And now the Marines are pushing on in. And can DarkUnnamed stop this?
This is about it right here. He has no army. The Marines ran back. He left the Marauders because those can tank. He doesn't need them. There's also tanks in the back. And he has a 4th base behind this. So with this, Yerald is going to win. He's going to destroy the final base, mining base of DarkUnnamed, and cut off the other base that is soon to come. GG's called in the ace match. Yerald takes it, and we have one single Terran remaining. GG.
GG. Kaozfate, he does it for the land of Peru, and he moves on to face another Zerg player, El Capullo himself. He's going up against Eggs.
You know what's kind of ironic here, Light? We said it. I may have said corny. That might have been a strong word, but this guy was playing insane, and he killed Master League players. So in a way, he is definitely an insane master killer.
Awful.
Awful. God awful. God awful and disgusting. And I hate everything about the way that Zerg player got wrecked there, because that's my worst nightmare. Mutas, when you're down in economy, mutas is not the switch to go for. They're gas heavy, they're supply heavy, they're larva heavy. That's the last thing you want. I would have rather him just morph all his roaches into Ravagers and just go for Ling Bane Muta, Ravager, Roach. That's your best bet. I knew it wouldn't work when he started throwing everything in there. He got Roach speed, he got armor, Baneling. Do you know how much gas that takes? That's like 1,000 gas all in upgrades at once.
Yeah, like
it could have been like 10 more mutas or 10 more Banelings or something like that. 20 more Banelings.
I think the hard thing is that when he went for those mutas, like he traded against the army, he never got in a mineral line with them. Like the economy of Yerald was just left alone. And we saw how crazy it got, right? Like he got a 4th base, he was fully saturated, like ugh.
I think that little corner of the map is what changed the entire game. Like when he got the Lings caught up in that corner, and then he took out all the Lings, and then some Roaches came in, and he took out the Marines, but then the backup Marines came in and took out the Roaches. It was like, I think that's a map-specific thing, because I think that's the only map I've ever seen, as of late, at least in this pool, that has a base to the north and south positions, or whatever, east and west, that are completely solely cut off and have one entrance in and out.
Exactly, yeah.
So that only happens on this map, where a player can get literally sandwiched and caught in that base, and that's exactly what we saw happen, and that's I think what ended it for him. And then also, he lost the initial mutas to the Marines, and he made more mutas, even though he saw the Marine tank push coming.
Yeah.
He was like, let me make more mutas that absolutely do nothing against the tanks. And it's also really hard to micro, to move your mutas around the army while trying to pick off tanks and medevacs. There's a lot going on in that. But hey, man, we are here. I'm sad for the Zerg that had to die. DarkUnnamed, thank you for playing. See you next year. As a matter of fact, everyone who's losing will have to wait to see until next year in another DreamHack. But Yerald, the sole Terran left alive, maybe he can avenge his Terran comrade that just lost to Eggs.
Yeah, it's possible. Like Yerald, he has taken games off of Eggs before. He has taken maps. I don't believe he's ever taken a full series. I mean, to be fair, he is looking pretty good, pretty on fire. But Eggs, he's the kind of player he's just such a solid player. You know, he's the kind of player who just goes Ling Bane Muta, right? None of these roaches, none of these ravagers. He just plays straight up. He just harasses, surrounds your army, destroys it. That's the kind of player he is, and we'll see if Kaozfate, if his quirky styles can work against someone like Eggs.
Yeah, definitely.